Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Bros. 3 for the NES. In the last episode, we beat World 1. I tried to show off a bunch of stuff, as much as I could, while doing World 1. And now it's time to take on World 2. I realize I kinda should have mentioned the controls. You know, pressing A to jump, holding B to run, and shoot fireballs with Fire Mario and all that stuff, and of course using the control pad to move around, but well, that should be very easy to figure out anyway. Either way, I've mentioned them all now, and therefore that's now out of the way. Also, I'm an idiot for putting myself in this situation. So let's get him out of the way. And try to get over here. Ah, I forgot that thing was up there. I am going to have to get a Super Leaf. And by bouncing off the side of that block there, I can get it. There are some wooden blocks where if you bounce off the side, they do push you back, but some of them will give you power-ups, which is mighty nice. Some of them will just be there just to push you around, though. But I do want to go in here and get all the coins that are in this little area. Then we'll come down this pipe. And as soon as I get these things to get out of the way, can't wait for those blocks to turn back into coins, I'm able to do something. Now I want to believe that one of these things will give me a 1-up. And the only one that does, though, is right here. I might as well go ahead and grab that anyway. Just to add to the number of lives that I'll have at the very end here. I know I'm going to get a 1-up no matter what. Also, by going in here, just before we go to the exit, we can turn all of these blocks into coins. And I don't think there's really any point in going anywhere else. Yeah, there's really no point. Didn't think there would be. And, wow, I messed that up. I was trying to get a star, but there is a specific bit of timing where if you can jump at the right time while you're at full running speed, you can get the star every time. I was never exactly good at it. Speaking of getting things, I've noticed while going through the Super Mario All-Stars Player's Guide, yes, I actually bought it off of eBay a while back, because it was the first Player's Guide I ever had. If you collect a specific amount of coins in specific stages, you can get the White Mushroom House to appear, and if you go to the White Mushroom House, you can get like a really good item. I don't think I'm going to be showing those off, as much as I'd love to. I'm gonna tell you they're there, though. I know in Stage 4 of World 1, you had to get at least exactly 44 coins and it would pop up. And I got the mushroom, though. I'm getting nothing here. Great. And I might as well mention the Cloud Ship. If you end a stage with a number of coins that is a multiple of 11, like 11, 22, 33, all that, you can get the coin ship to appear. And sometimes it can replace the Hammer Brothers. And if you go up to the ship, you'll be able to get on a nice little airship full of coins. And you can collect all those to make it easier to get a 1-up. And this part is a little easier, too. We can turn these into coins. And that wasn't exactly what I wanted, but I got the coins and got those things out of the way anyway. Because those last 4 coins will change back into blocks right when you're about to run into them, so you have to be ready to jump when you reach that point. Other than that, it's just a little oases with cheeps that you can destroy with your Fire Mario, and you got a few Paracoopas, as well as a few piranha plants in quicksand that if you jump into it, just quickly press B over and over, you'll eventually be able to get out of it. Make sure you're holding the B button too. You're supposed to jump with the A button. I don't know if I said that you jump with the B button. You jump with the A button. You hold B to run. And that's how you get out of the quicksand there. So now we're in the fortress. We have the Boo Buddies that were mentioned in the letter at the end of World 1. And we also have the Thwomps, which will drop down and try to crush us if we get close enough to them. The Boo Buddies made their debut here. They would appear again in Super Mario World, as well as pretty much every Mario game thereafter. If you face away from them, they will go after you. And if you face them, they will not come after you. And if you keep running here, you'll avoid all the swamps. Now here, you could... What just happened here? That hurts. I did not expect that to happen. I expected to be instantly crushed to death. I wanted to jump up there and just jump over the spikes like a normal human being, but well, here we are, and we can face Boom Boom, and I would be able to do that if I didn't run into him like a complete idiot while trying to do this and talk at the same time. Nevertheless, I will use the mushroom and try again. Clear out room to make room for more useful items. And let's see if we can do this again. Dry bones also appear here for the first time. You jump on them and they crumble, and if you leave them sitting around long enough, they will pull themselves back up together, and they will go after you again. That's just how dry bones work. Once again, they would also show up in Super Mario World. And we now have our raccoon leaf back. Now let's see if we can actually try not to do that, because that's apparently a thing that can be done. And I'm losing lives at a crazy rate. Great. I believe if you keep going in that direction, to the right past this door, you can get a 1-up that way. I don't recommend doing it. And thankfully that was very easy. I was able to jump on Boom Boom's head 3 times. Just jump on his head and then try to jump on his head again after he's done. That way you won't have to deal with him running around like crazy and trying to jump around it very randomly. And in later fortresses, he'll also grow rings after he gets hit once, and then when you hit him out of that, he won't have the wings anymore. So, very simple battle so far with the Boom Boom. It'll get a little more complex later on. And I might as well go ahead and just take on this Boomerang brother. Jump here. And that is the music box. If you play that for 1 time on the world map, you'll be able to play the music box, which will play a music box rendition of the overworld theme from Super Mario Bros. 1, and it will cause all the Hammer Brothers to fall asleep. I'm not going to use it to make the Hammer Brothers fall asleep. I will be fighting all of these things and getting things from these Hammer Brothers. I will be doing all the Hammer Brothers battles. Hopefully. I'm going to show off as much as I can. I'm not going to show off everything. And that fire guy will respawn after a while. Even though we've hit him with the Star Man, like so. And you want to be careful about that. And there's a Koopa. We can send them into the blocks if we so choose, but we're not really going to get anything out of it, to be honest, so we can just go ahead and skip that. But we can take care of him. We can take care of all these blocks, just to get the coins out of them early. And we are going to drop down here, try to get out of the way when the Koopa Troop is sent spinning into all the walls. And this way, we can open up a whole bunch of things. Now I'm going to go this way, and this guy should be gone. I'm gonna try to take this guy with a spin attack and get as many coins out of here as possible. Thankfully, I'm able to get 10 out of that. And let's see if we can do it. There we go. We got the star. We're still gonna get a 1-up out of the gold card coins. Gold card coins. We're still gonna get the 1-up out of the gold card, but alright. I'll take any 1-ups that I can get. And because we've reached 160,000 points, we now have the card matching game. Ooh, we got the mushroom. There's only 2. Does this one give me the mushroom or the flower? It gives me the flower, so I know which one this is. Mushroom. 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 10. Ah! Well, in case we get the card game again, our progress through that card game will be saved, I think. So we can continue on with that board if we so choose. For now, though, we have to go through this quicksand stage. Now, thankfully, I do have Raccoon Mario. I just gotta survive past a certain point. There's the quicksand. And we gotta run in order to get past that. We have to fly over the little tornado there in order to not get hit by it. And let's see here. Let's see if we can do it. I am a monster. I have just killed the sun. You can kill the sun in a Mario game with a Koopa shell. Mario is indeed all-powerful. And that's it. If you couldn't already tell, all these stages are fairly quick. Don't be surprised if you die like really close to the end of the stage or something. Just pick yourself up and try again. And I've also learned that these boxes are actually the same, I think, with every Toad house that you go in. And I believe if you go into this one, and I believe you go into here. Does this one give me the flower? No, it gives me the leaf. Okay, so the player's guide doesn't exactly tell you which item will be in which chest, but does tell you which items you can get. Nevertheless, I got a super leaf. That ain't too bad. And it's A to confirm the stage. I can't believe I can't figure that out. Now, there are some areas that we can go to. We can take the top path if we can somehow get a super leaf. Which I somehow can't get. I don't know why. And I'm going to take care of you this way. That way, I can get rid of the Hammer Brother in case something happens to me later on. And I can go all the way back here and fly on up. Now, one of these is going to have the P-switch. And I believe it's either going to be the third, fourth, or fifth. It's the third. Now, if we can just run all the way over here, I can just walk on the coins like they're platforms, because that's what they're going to end up being. And I can get a whole bunch of coins this way. The top path here is obviously the fun path. If you take the bottom path, you're going to be dealing with all the enemies. If you go up here, you're going to get a ton of coins. Which would you rather have? I personally prefer the top path. And I believe this one has the P-switch, which I will go for. I'm going to try not to crush all these blocks. So that way, in case I want some extra coins, I can do that. And you don't necessarily need to use the note blocks to get all the way there to the end. You can just drop down here and get like 12 extra coins, which is pretty nice. And he pretty much threw me off. Whatever. I'm not dying a whole bunch like I expected to. I might as well just go ahead and do number 5 again, and here's the chain chomps. Unless you have a Starman and you're using it, don't even bother trying to beat him because you won't be able to beat him. I believe this was the enemy that Shigeru Miyamoto created because of his fear of dogs, and created it in order to pass his fear on to the player. Well, I don't know if that second part is entirely true, but that's pretty much what it's done. Chain Chomp debuted in this game, showed up in pretty much every Mario game thereafter. And we want to kick the shell over there so we can go up this vine. Thankfully, you can just use up and down on the control pad in front of a vine in order to climb up and down the vine. And now we can stop hearing that Koopa shell hit the walls over and over again. Now, if I can just do just this. Perfect. That one gave me a super leaf. Don't know what the rest of these are going to give me. So it's nice to know that that gave me a super leaf, and that's pretty much all that you can get out of this room. And you can just drop down here. And there is a power-up right there in the last block there. We may have missed a little bit of things, but not too much. Just a few Koopas. That's it. And we got a star. Nice. Getting pretty close to the 20-minute limit that I wanted to reach. I might as well just go ahead and go for the things again. Can I get it? Oh, great, I was trying to go for the mushroom instead. Still can't even do that amazingly. Oh, well. But we can fight you. And amazingly, I managed to time that just right. We got ourselves a hammer! And thankfully, because we managed to play through level 5, we are going to go into our inventory. We're going to select the hammer. And I'm going to go ahead and use a star against the Fire Brothers. These guys will spit fire at you. And we get the third and last warp whistle of the game. So now we know where that is. Now we can go into this Toad House. And I believe, regardless of which one you open, you're going to get a frog suit. This will come into play in World 3. I'll explain it when the time comes. Now it's time to go into the pyramid. A little bit of a mini maze. Definitely one of my favorite parts of this area. And sadly, you cannot go anywhere past the pyramid. So don't even try. So now, we got this area, which is full of Buzzy Beetles. Now, I could use the Buzzy Beetles, but there are some things that I can do if I really so wanted to. For instance, I want to go up here. Now, this slightly lightly colored tile here hints that there is a coin block. You want to jump into it, you'll get the coin block. If I can do this right, if I can do this exactly right, I may have to do it this way. I can get as many coins as I can. I thought I wouldn't have to destroy a whole bunch of blocks, but unfortunately even that proved impossible. Ah well. But we do end up back here a little later in the stage. And you'll also notice at this point in the game that there are Buzzy Beetles that do go upside down. Try to hit that with the raccoon tail, but sadly the game... Apparently, or rather, my timing was terrible. It's not like it's really the game's fault there. And let's see here. I'm definitely not... Oh, I got the star anyway. Well, it was a one-up. It was going to be a one-up just the same anyway. And it looks like I'm going to be going to the airship after all. By the way, if you collect 30 coins in the second stage of World 2, in World 2-2, you get the White Mushroom Hound. Sadly, we're pretty much past that point, but I might as well mention it anyway. Maybe I'll remember what to do for the next time I do a world. But here, the king has been transformed into a spider. We gotta change him back into a human king. Which means we gotta go into another airship level. And now we got these little cannons on the side, which will shoot cannons in one direction, or even both. And I'm going to stay right here to be a little more safe against whatever's going to come my way. And I got Fire Mario for the first time in forever. That's pretty nice. Sadly, the fireballs will have no effect against the bullet bills here. We will meet another new enemy here very, very shortly. These guys, I know they have a name. Ah, I could have gotten a one-up. Oh well. That would have been nice. But I just had to hesitate there at the last second. But anyway, it's time to face Morton Koopa Jr. I'm pretty sure he's named after Morton Downey Jr. Just jump on his head 3 times. I'm pretty sure he also has a 4-Quake attack too. Though I may be thinking of somebody else. But we made it past 240,000 points, so we're not going to get the card match game until later on in the World 3 or maybe even the World 4. Oh well. So now that we've saved the king here, we're going to be able to get another letter from the princess. Hopefully it will be very important, contain another power-up, and there it is. Jugum's Cloud. That allows us to skip an area entirely. I may use it just to clear out my inventory space. Greetings. You can stomp on your enemies using Karibo's Shoe. I have enclosed a jewel that helps protect you. I'll also explain Karibo's Shoe when the time comes. Until then, we gonna head to World 3. In World 3, we're definitely going into the water. We are pretty much hitting the ocean here. But that will have to wait until the next video. Join me next time where I go to World 3 and see what we can do in 20 minutes. It's gonna get a little more difficult as time goes on, but it will get interesting. So until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!